Here are the 7 steps to manage a difficult stakeholder and maintain a positive relationship with them during a project. Step number 1 is to identify your key stakeholders and their motivation. Yes, you have to make a list of those stakeholders who play a very important role in this project. The persons who influence this project to the next level, right? Here, some of the people who can be the main identified stakeholders can be your boss, your team, the customer, the supplier. It could be the senior management team as well. And in some of the topmost projects, it could be shareholders also. Yeah. So make a list of these key people and then identify their motivations. How you can do that? You can find out whom they report into, what are their pressing business needs, and what are they looking for from you. You have to be clear on these questions, and especially you should know that what they can influence, whom they can influence, and to what level they can influence. If you are clear about these conversations, your first step will be thoroughly clear. Step number 2, you have to categorize and prioritize the key stakeholders. Why you need to do that? Because there are some difficult stakeholders who are continuously giving you feedback on how to improve and how to get better at it. And as a person, as a human being, you have a tendency that you get under pressure, and handling pressure is not that difficult if you are able to identify such people, that these are the people where you need to pay special attention. And how you can categorize them? Number 1, you can say that there are primary stakeholders like the customers who play a very important role, who are directly impacted by the project. Number 2 is the secondary key stakeholders where they are indirectly impacted by the project, like the project support team. Yeah. Number 3, last but not the least, the key stakeholders, and these are the people who are like senior executives, CXO level people, and the shareholders who are invested in the project, who can really make or break this project. So these are the key stakeholders where generally I see that the feedback is regularly coming and the pressure is being built. So these categorizations and prioritizing the key stakeholders would help you to move to the step number 3. Step number 3, it is to stay calm and listen to the difficult stakeholders with utmost care. Why? Because when there will be a point of negotiation in the meetings, when there will be a debate which will be happening on certain topics, they are having an upper hand and they might give you a pushback. During those moments, you have to stay calm and listen to them carefully, keeping one thing in mind, that what are the project goals. If you are knowing that you have to maintain this project and have to keep the organization clear that this agenda has to be met, losing your temper, even though there is a point of discussion, point of debate, and that point is getting nagged to a certain extent, but you have to maintain your calm and let that go. Take those moments where you can always get back to them with a clarity, with a feedback, with a situation which is much more normal than compared to this high-tempered situation, right? So keeping these simple basic things in mind and listening to them carefully will help you handle these difficult stakeholders in much better way. Step number 4, meet the key difficult stakeholders one-on-one. Schedule their time and ask for a meeting to be done with them individually. How does this help? This not only takes the pressure off from your shoulders, but it also helps them stay calm and composed when they are away from other stakeholders. Here, you can always ask those open-ended questions like, how is the project going, sir? How do you think that we can improve this project further? Are you feeling that the time is being taken care of and the timelines are properly being taken care of. If you feel these are the questions which you can ask, you can frame these questions before this meeting and go on and discuss them openly. By asking these open-ended questions, you will get some of the solutions, some of the viewpoints from their past experience, and how are they exactly feeling about this project. This will help you in a much better way to build a great reputation about you, about your organization with these key difficult stakeholders. Step number 5, any delay or any hindrance in the project is going to get communicated in advance to the key stakeholders. If you feel that there is something which is gonna become a hurdle in the project and you are as in charge knowing this in advance, it has to be intimated to the key stakeholders simply by managing the quarterly meetings, by managing the monthly meetings, by managing the weekly meetings. If you are continuously in touch with them and communicating whatever is happening in the project, this shouldn't be a problem. They will understand this. It's our own fear which stops us from going ahead and telling them that this is the problem which we foresee is gonna come and get the project little delayed. So have a clear communication in advance if there is any delay in the project. That will help you build confidence on the stakeholders and vice versa. Step number 6. Here you have to be objective with the key stakeholders. Now, there is no room for personal conversations and emotions flowing up openly in the conversations, especially with the difficult stakeholders. Like if there is a hesitancy, if there is a trouble which is there in their mind that the project is not moving at the pace which it should have been moving by now, you can always be ready with the data. You can always present the reports and the statistics which are showing that the project is flowing in this direction, and make them believe in this, that this is the data which presents that we are moving in the right direction. Even if they appreciate, even if they show some apprehension in those things, you should be very clear on the point and hence be objective. Don't get emotional. Do not get at all just go and do some kind of a talk. It's not at all recommended. You have to be strong on your data points and be objective. So last step number 7 is to act smart and be diplomatically correct, especially when the situations are not asking for you to do whatever the stakeholders are saying. It's not that you have to please them every time. Sometimes the situation might come where the decisions which stakeholders are intending to take will take this project behind. And you know it that this is an incorrect approach, so you need to take a stand over there and refuse it politely, disagree politely. By doing that, they will also understand that this person cares about the project, cares about the organization, and has a viewpoint that this might affect the project in the other direction. So be smart, be diplomatically correct when such situations arrive, and you need not to be always pleasing to these difficult stakeholders especially. So these are the exact 7 steps which will help you manage the difficult stakeholders during a project. Now, if you want to know and speak confidently in front of your boss and higher management, check out the video on your screen. Learn the exact steps that helped me move from an underconfident professional to managing a great relationship with my boss and senior authorities. Not only that, it helped me gain multiple career growth opportunities. Check out this video on your screen now.